Hello, everybody. My name is Kain. I'm here with Travis and TJ, and welcome to Kill Time, a podcast about anything and everything, started by three friends who have known each other for a very long time through extraordinary circumstances. And honestly, this has been a long time coming, everybody. This podcast has been started, not really started because this is our first episode, but it's been the wrong foot forward at least twice on two different occasions by three different people. So
Yeah, it's been in the works for a minute.
yeah, we've been trying to get this going, and it just so happens we had a conversation not too long ago, and we were like, you know what, we're doing it. Here we are. Welcome to Kill Time. Travis, TJ, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, since nobody knows anything about us.
Well, I'm currently a college student. My name's TJ, and
You could talk about how oddly it made you.
Super interesting guy, huh?
yeah, no, not really. I mean, I just kind of work, and I'm trying to get my master's for teaching, which is
Go.
an exciting journey, but it's a pain in the ass at the same time.
No doubt, no
But
doubt.
but nah, man, I just I smoke a little weed, enjoy life a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle you as my history teacher. I'm not gonna lie. That would be probably the craziest class.
I'd definitely walk out.
Yeah, I feel like
Not in my
you're
class.
gonna bully the students. There's no doubt.
No. Well, if they start acting up, then I gotta,
You're gonna bully them.
Bro, my
Nah.
question to you is, what if the girls think you're the hot teacher?
Hey, whoa,
That's
whoa.
hey yo, that is jail.
Whoa, hey, yo,
That is-
Travie.
Yeah, Trav, that's a charge, is what that is.
Trying to catch a case.
You're in like senior year, right?
Wow.
Bro, all right, Travis. Well, I think the
I'm in
audience
hot.
just found out a little bit about you, but why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit?
All right, I'm Travis, formerly known as Terry by Lindsay's sister, and that's because Adelie is actually a teacher herself, like TJ is studying to be, and this kid came up to her and asking her if she has a gay sister and whatnot. So she says, yeah.
For sure.
Sure, why not?
And then this kid goes and asks who her sister's gay girlfriend is, which would be considered me. And my name is Terry.
It's Terry. All right, Terry. Nice to meet you, everybody. Round of applause for Terry.
Welcome,
Nice to meet you, Terry. Hi,
to the
Terry.
chat. Hi, Terry.
Well, I mean, like I said, nobody really knows me either. My name's Kain.
Yeah, Kain.
Kain. Same kind of story, man. Went to college, graduated, grew up in a small town in upstate New York with Travie, and moved to Nashville, Tennessee, without experiencing anything. And here I am selling cars, not in what my degree field is, but why don't we get into that a little bit, guys? We've all had very different college experiences in terms of graduation, in terms of what happened while we were in school. TJ, I think you probably have the most interesting college experience.
I would say so. I mean, I went 3 different times. You know what I mean?
Why don't you break that down for us?
So the first time I went, graduated right out of high school, that following fall semester, I went up and I was living with my grandma at the time, and she filled out my FAFSA, the state funding for me without telling me. And she ended up doing the wrong year. So then when I went up to Canton, they didn't catch it for like a good 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
And then once they did, I was technically going to school for free.
Obviously, that was probably frowned upon, I assume.
Yeah, nah. They were like, you got to get your ass out of here.
No bueno.
But so then I went home. I started building docks for like 2-3 months in the snow on Lake George.
Yeah.
Then I decided to go back up to Canton.
But you were making bank though, weren't you? You were making pretty good money doing that.
Oh yeah, no. I considered, but then I considered not going to school. But then the job fell through.
Yeah.
So then I was like, ah, shit. So I went back to school, and then like 2, 3 months later, max, COVID hit, and sent back home again.
Yeah, that's for sure. And where are you now? Where are you going to school?
I took a gap year and I worked for a little bit, saved up some money, and then now I'm currently at SUNY Adirondack. And then I plan on transferring to either UAlbany or St. Rose, I think, but I'm still considering. So,
I actually have a
but we'll
funny
see.
story about SUNY Adirondack. Shauna, you guys know my sister. Not to air her business or anything, but I mean, here we are. We're on the air, so I'm gonna air it. She went to SUNY Adirondack. I think it was for like a semester, and I think it was her. It was she was fresh out of high school, of course, going to college, and she ended up going to SUNY Adirondack, getting a roommate, living on campus, so on and so forth. Even though it's only in Lake George, and she got a roommate and couldn't figure out what was going on. Always had people coming in and out. Turns out she was a mass drug dealer in Lake George going to college. Yeah, that didn't
Wow.
last long. She left SUNY Adirondack after that. She got that news.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, dude, wild story. Which, I mean, I don't know how I could have handled that any better than being like, all right, yeah, this is not the school
This
for me.
is, yeah, got a dip.
Yeah,
See you
it's
later.
over. But I mean, so you got kicked out of college. Well, I guess not kicked
Yep.
out. Technically, you weren't ever in college.
The first time I got kicked out.
Yeah. So,
No, because I did take classes, and then
which is what
then
was
I got
wild
kicked.
because I remember you coming to our suite. And for those that don't know, suites it's just like it sounds. It's like a suite apartment. 5 or 6 people living there. You got a kitchen and so on. And we were all just kind of hanging out, and you came in after your class, and you were like, "Guys, I think I'm getting kicked out of college." And we were like, "What are you talking about?" And you're like, "I don't know." They're
Yeah.
like, "You shouldn't be in this class. You shouldn't be in this class. I'm taking this class." And like it just came down to the fact that apparently you had obviously wrong documentation at the time. We had no idea what was going on or when you were going to leave.
Yeah, no one had any idea what
Yeah.
was.
And again, that was 3-4 weeks into classes, and they had finally realized, hey, you're not supposed to be here.
Dude, everything got shut off down to like the food card.
Yeah, you were like paying actual cash for the meal
Yeah,
plan.
dude.
You were going in
Yeah.
paying like $7 or whatever it was a meal.
Yeah, I
That's
was
why we were bringing
pissed.
him as
Yeah.
guests too, and then as soon as they ran out, he was like, "Dude, now I gotta bring like $7 for
Yeah,
lunch."
like every time, dude. I can't even
Yeah,
eat
dude,
anymore,
it
dude.
sucked.
Yeah, that's how he stayed so thin, bro. Was he didn't want to pay.
I just
He
never
didn't. He
ate,
didn't
bro.
participate in college 15 or freshman 15 like most of us did.
No, it was the negative
Freshman
15.
15 was like the 45 for me, bud.
Yeah, same. Well, Travis, what was your college experience like? So, obviously, like your life has been crazy since you graduated high school. It's been all over the place. So, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your little college experiences there, buddy?
Well, I don't mean to flex or anything, but it's definitely been a challenge since I was born. Let's say that for a fact.
No doubt, no doubt.
Um, my college experience was both the best experience and worst. Best, we had Dr. Para and
Yeah.
Metcalf. Exceptional people, exceptional leaders, and outside of that though, the personal issues that happened and
Yeah, of course.
all that type of stuff. So I graduated January of this year. So I was,
That's only
what
half
would
a
it be?
semester, right?
I think, because I was supposed to graduate in May of 21. So I had the fall semester and then I finished early for the winter.
Weren't
Yeah.
you taking like weird, like random classes at the end there?
Uh, kind of, but it was kind of get that minor in marketing too, like what Kain did.
Yeah.
Um,
Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was really smart. It's kind of
But
cool
yeah,
how
so I
they
mean,
set that type of stuff up for us too.
yeah, so I mean, it definitely wasn't the easiest path. Have had harder stuff, but
Yeah, for sure. I
it
mean,
was a journey.
yeah, and again, I think I probably had the most like by the book uh kind of college experience in terms of like just I was there for 4 years. I graduated in 4 years. so on
Well,
and
I
so
think that's
forth.
also speaks to who you are. You're a very determined guy, and you're smart. And
Yeah, man, it
Yeah.
just came down to like, I mean, in high school, your parents pay school taxes, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to pay off these student loans. I at least better make it worth it if I'm gonna have to pay for it. Like, I'm gonna do my best, and I did my best and graduated on time. And I mean, Haley graduated a year early, so that was really good on her, to be honest, taking winter and summer classes to be there on time. But again, like I can say I was fortunate enough to have a really good department leader, like you said, Dr. Parra and now Dr. Metcalf. Just how they handle
Doctor, pardon me.
themselves and how they handle their department, because not necessarily because it's so small, but they don't want anybody to fail. They won't let you fail if they have anything to say about it. Like, they're going to help you be the best person you can be in the classroom, outside the classroom, like on campus, off campus. And I was really fortunate in that way, and I'm really fortunate to say, like, over my college experience, I didn't have too many hardships in terms of outside the classroom, like in my lifestyle too, and that's something almost no one I know can say. Like, I didn't lose a really close family member to me. I didn't have any sickness or health issues myself. Like, a lot of
on some
people
wood.
can't say that, you know. And I think that just attests to, like I said, it was a blessing and a curse, because when I graduated, it's May of 2020. So I'm doing my internship my last semester, and COVID hit. So it kind of shut the sports world down, which it's a little bit difficult still to get in the sports world, as you guys know. But
It's
yeah,
competitive, man.
it really is. I mean, COVID really changed like
Yeah.
the entire demographic of who can get a job and who can't in terms of experience, man. Like, I don't know how many of you, or if you guys still look for like just different jobs, like how many businesses say they're hiring, but they won't just hire like me or you off the street without experience, because of how many people that are out there and they know are out there that have the job experience, but they're just not working. Excuse me, or they're just not. They don't want to work there for that pay. And that's really
Yeah.
what it's come down to, is people asking for higher experience for the same amount of pay and so on as before. And that's really the biggest struggle with
Everything's
basically
getting
my
so
college experience.
expensive, bro.
Honestly,
Everything's
bro, like,
getting
bro, gas is finally coming down, and down here in the South, like most places are around like 3.30 for like regular gas, and premium 93 octane just dropped below $4. It's like $3.99 now. So
Dude,
What?
yeah,
up here, 87 unleaded is still 429.
wow, yeah, no, there's places down here like 3.15, 3.20, like where there's places down here that are pretty
Wow.
cheap. Yeah.
Everywhere around my house is like 4.15, but at my job, so we get everyone in this freaking state, it's 3.99.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say down here, because like in Nashville, no place is charging that cheap. Most places are around like 3.45, 3.50. Granted, it's still cheaper than you guys, but like I can go 10 miles outside the city and get it for 3.15. I can save 20 cents, but I don't want to drive 10 miles, because in our cars that's a fucking gallon of gas, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, man, like Haley goes grocery shopping, and I never heard of this. This is kind of a little bit of a segue, kind of into this, like everything's expensive. I never heard of this in New York, not one time. But down here
Okay.
they have tax-free weekend on everything. It's like everything but like perishables, and then they do tax-free groceries the whole month of August. Yeah, like we've been grocery shopping like 3 times this month,
Oh,
just
what?
to
Yeah, no,
like
I-
stock up.
In New York, we always get taxed on money that's already
Everything.
taxed for taxes taken out. So then we also pay taxes.
We pay tax on the taxes, which is then taxed by the tax. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
man.
is
Like, I'd
taxed.
never heard of
Because
it, and
taxed.
somebody was like, "Oh man, we got to go grocery shopping this weekend. It's tax-free August." And I was like, "What?" Because I've lived here for a year and a half. No one mentioned this to me last year, not one time.
Wow.
And I was
I
like,
can't
"Yo, we
imagine.
have to go grocery shopping." And like, I mean, tax on food and stuff, I understand it's not like crazy expensive, but man, like,
Still.
when you're really living on your own and you're like doing your thing, you know, adulting, you really do be looking for that 30 cents off chicken breast. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
That's
Nah.
all I'm saying, bro. And like
I be checking for the deals,
yeah,
bro.
and Haley cooks every night, so she goes out and buys like groceries. It's not just like, oh, let me get like 6 cans of Chef Boyardee, a couple packages of ramen. Like, I mean, I can live off of that stuff. Thankfully, I don't
Oh,
have to. She
totally.
makes like actual food, but
Bro, real quick, I got a question for both of you. I got a story to tell you after.
okay.
On average a month, how much are you guys spending in groceries? More so for Kane, but I mean, yeah, you as well, TJ, obviously.
Honestly, Haley like does all the grocery shopping, man. I mean, you know as much as anybody in the car business, you don't have time to like do things. So like I'm off Thursdays. She just recently we're now on the same schedule for the first time since we've been down here of off days. So
Really?
like she had to work she's worked every Saturday or Sunday unless she's requested it off to like go to New York or something since
Yeah.
November since she started this job. And she just recently they started closing on Sundays. Today was her first Sunday off since November. And so we never have time to like do that stuff. So she would always go like she used to have a half day on Wednesday. She would go on her half day on Wednesday before I got out of work, or she used to go on Thursdays and when I was off on Tuesdays, and now we're both off on Thursdays, and so on and so forth. So like since I've moved down here, I've been to Walmart like 3 times. I've been to Kroger maybe 5 to 10 times, and Kroger's like Price Chopper. If you don't know what Kroger is, it's basically like Price Chopper for the South.
Bro,
Those-
I feel you on that though, because
I never go to the store, dude. Like I couldn't tell you like what's new.
dude, Lily, my girlfriend Lily just became a nurse for labor and delivery, so her schedule is freaking nuts. And then I work at a gas station.
So you guys are essentially opposite all the time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's rare. Luckily, we just had a weekend where we both matched up for the first time in like 6 months of days off, but it's
Wow.
yeah, but no, I definitely feel you on that.
But if I had to guess, I mean, like she usually tells me what we spend, and I know this past time we spent like 200 something bucks, but like we usually only spend like 200 to $300 on groceries, and we go once a month, and it lasts us the whole month. The only time we've went multiple times this month is just stock up on random stuff like toilet paper and whatever, because it's all tax free, so we might as well.
Well, so at work, I was having a conversation, speaking of like gas prices and just grocery prices. Almost everyone at my job is paying like $900 to $1,200 a month for groceries. I mean, obviously they have kids and stuff like that, and
That seems like a lot. I mean, even when like I was home and living with my parents, and we had Hill, Heather, Shauna, my uncle,
Right.
plus both my parents plus me. I think my parents were like $500 every 2 weeks, so it was about $1,000 a month. But like they were buying for 8 people, like, and it wasn't like
Yeah,
kids; it was
and
full grown humans.
I literally asked him like, "What do you guys buy?" So me and Lindsay make a plan, and we go grocery shopping together, just because, unfortunately, that's one thing we get to do together.
Yeah, like I love grocery shopping. I love going to stores. Just sadly, it hasn't panned out for me and Haley like that.
Yeah, like obviously Lindsay being in the funeral home industry, it's definitely tough for her to she gets nighttime calls and stuff like that. So we'll spend like 200 every 2 weeks, but it's just crazy to me. Like everything is just up right now.
Groceries have definitely climbed, but
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even want to know like what a bag of like 5 pound potatoes costs. Like that's why like Haley
Dude,
doing
even the
that is a
Arnie
blessing in
pecans,
disguise.
they're $1.29 now.
What is?
The Arnie pecans, the Arnold Palmer iced tea,
nah.
That's cap.
You're
they are up
lying.
here.
That has
Yeah.
to be cap. There's no way that they're
Oh,
$1.29.
Certain,
next time I go to the
bro,
store, I'm gonna show you guys.
my
Bro,
job does it. Certain companies can change the price if they take the 99 cents off the can.
how would they take the 99 cents off the can?
I don't know,
$1.29.
Huh.
but 99 cents won't be on the can. I don't know
Speaking
how the
of Arizona and Arnold Palmer's, bro, like
goats,
the
absolutely
only
goats.
yeah, go to. I mean, that wasn't a question. I mean, I was kind of trying to say something else, but the only place I've ever seen it is Mobile. Well, now Sunoco in Mayfield. Is Arizona blueberry white tea. It's the only place I've ever seen it. Swear to God,
see
go over
it at
there. It's
this
in like the
bagel
Snapple
place.
cooler. And
Dude,
holy, bro, like it's the best tea ever. It's so gas. So gas.
Wow.
it's at this bagel place like 15 minutes from me
Mhm.
that my girlfriend and I go to, and dude, Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. That tea is
Like and you
fantastic.
can't order it. Like I tried to order some on Amazon, and like I've never seen any down here. And another one that I saw, and like I would say I like tea, but like I like iced tea, like you would get
Definitely
in like
iced
Arnold
tea.
Palmer, so
A
on and so forth.
bottle.
Like I don't want to make
Yeah.
my own tea. That shit's lame. Like fuck all that
No,
noise.
no, I don't
But
like it.
He said,
Gold
"Fuck all
Peak
that."
makes like it was like a blueberry tea. It was like blueberry peach tea, bro, and it was fire. The only
Old
time
Peach
I've saw it,
sweet tea is fire.
I love Gold Peak, bro. They're the number one bottle tea on this market. I don't care what anybody says. Gold Peak is fire.
Whoa.
Who would be better than Gold
Whoa.
Peak, bro? Come on.
Bottled?
Yeah, like bottled tea. You can't say Lipton. Lipton bottles tea is terrible.
I don't know, dude. See,
Brisk
I
is
like
terrible.
Lipton.
Pure
Brisk
Leaf,
is
maybe?
not. Pure Leaf's good, bro.
I'm a Gold Peak guy like all day, every day.
I do like Gold Peak. See, they got some good flavors.
Fire.
I don't know if they're number one though. They make a bold case.
I mean, Snapple, but like I feel like Snapple's so fake at this point.
Nah, dude,
Nah,
Snapple's
dude, Snapple's like a
gas.
juice. It's like a juice.
Yeah, I would say so.
But it's not like a tea. Well, it depends what one you get. But it's
I mean,
more
like if you get like the lemon one, I still feel like, I mean, it's really good. I enjoy it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, for something about it, just because it's Snapple, it's like that's not real. It's not real tea. No chance. There's no chance.
boys. I gotta
Anyway.
tell you, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I gotta tell you this story about what happened at my job today.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. So this girl is shoeless, crying her eyes out, and like speed walking in the building. And she walks up to my register, and I'm just like, "Hey, how can I help you?" And she goes, "Can you call the police?" And I was like, "Dude, this was like not even kidding. I got to work at 8. This was at like 8:45, 9.
Damn.
So I was barely
You're like your eyes aren't even open yet. Like you've cashed
Exactly.
one person out for a coffee.
Yeah. And so I had someone who was there with me. Old dude Keith, he's mad cool.
Old dude
But-
Keith.
Yeah, I had him. He grabbed the phone and handed it to her, and she walked outside. Then her boyfriend comes down into the parking lot. Dude, he's got half a shirt on. He's holding it together on his chest, and it's like hanging off of him. And I don't know who this other dude was,
Oh my
but
god.
he was like the boyfriend's dad or something. And I guess the boyfriend found the girlfriend and some guy in their apartment.
Shaboinking, huh?
Nah, just
Oh.
hanging out.
Just chilling. Fire.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, because the guy who was in the apartment also came to my fucking job, and I cashed him out too. No one went
So
to
at this
Keith,
point, you
man.
have like a plethora of just
I got the
random
whole
ass people.
storyline at this point.
Yeah.
And so the dude's talking to me, and he's like, "I don't even know her, bro." Like, and he's all mad, and I all of a sudden, there's 2 sheriffs and a Boston spot cop at my fucking job. And then they all just talked for a little bit, and I don't know what happened, but
So you just,
yeah, man, it was
so
freaking
what'd you say when
crazy.
you called the cops? Were like, yo, I got this wild ass crazy bitch in here.
Nah, we ain't
Yo,
even
her
called the
boyfriend
cops.
just pulled up. Yo, you guys got to get here.
Dude, work was mad busy. We just handed her the phone, and she dead walked outside, and Keith looked at me and went, "Hopefully she doesn't steal that."
I mean, yeah.
But we
I
kept
can't believe
we kept a watchful. We were locked
you guys
in.
have like,
She stood right in front of the
you guys
door,
have
but wanted to
wireless
go up.
phones.
We have like a old like home phone type deal for
Like
the
it's like a
business.
wireless though.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you were like, yo, dialed 911 was like here.
Yeah, just we were like, say it's Cumberland Farms. She was like, my boyfriend's chasing me, yada yada yada, and we were like, all right, well, our dude work was so busy, we had like 6 people waiting behind her, and
Did
then
the
all of
cops
a
come in
sudden,
and talk to you or no?
no,
I feel like that's rule 1. Like once you get their story, they come and talk to you.
I was waiting for that, and it just never happened.
Also, how is the Cumberland Farms the first place you get a phone?
That's
Yeah,
what I
for real.
thought, and then she started calling people on a phone, and it was mad weird to me. But the boyfriend had no shoes on. Everyone was shoeless, and I was like, bro, what is going on today?
Damn.
And we just couldn't do anything about it. She gave us the phone back in like a minute.
I can't imagine
like-
the stories like I've only ever worked retail until like my current job, and like the stories you have working retail, I can't imagine working at a gas station, man.
Dude, it's fun.
No.
I can't imagine
It's-
it would be. Do you guys sell food there, like pre-made food?
Nah, just frozen stuff.
Like yeah, but do you have to like heat up like a cheeseburger or whatever it is?
They can, but you have to buy it first and then you leave.
Oh, so that's what I meant was like so like Stewart's like the workers make it and put it out and then they come.
See, most Cumberland farms do have that, like hot dog grills and stuff.
Oh, those are disgusting.
But the one I work at is an older building, so it doesn't have all that. So it's basically just
What does the age of the building have to do with having a hot dog cooking machine like rotisserie in there?
They didn't put all that stuff in there. I don't know. It's not.
It's in an older building, so like they don't have it.
Yeah,
it's
it's
an
not an-
appliance, TJ.
It's not an updated Cumberland Farms, bro. There's no room for it.
Oh my god, bro.
Guys, we had so everyone at the dealership I work for, obviously, Kain will understand this. They DoorDash every day.
Yeah, word. So much easier.
And just the other day, we had a DoorDash driver drop off the food and they go back out in their truck. These people back up into the fence near the dealership and into the bank parking lot. That's what separates them. It's a fence.
So he went through the fence. He didn't
Really?
go like into the fence. He went through the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like this silver Dodge Ram 1500. And all of a sudden, they pull up onto the curb and almost hit like our 2022 Outlander that we have sitting right on the front thing. And
Oh my God! Imagine.
Chris sat there and watched it, and we were like,
Yeah,
What?
like what? Like
I don't even know what to say.
yeah, and just like skirted off, dude. All you hear is tires ripping. I was like, well, at
what'd
least
you get?
Huh?
Was the food good?
Who DoorDashed?
I don't know.
What
You'd
was
have to
the,
ask
what was the
Will.
order? Let's get down to the facts here, Travis.
Yeah.
What was
yeah,
DoorDash?
Let's get real here.
Well, the order was for Will.
Different Will, I assume, than who I'm thinking.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
I figured.
Obviously.
Bro, like, that's the one thing about working for a car dealership is you meet so many cool people. But for every cool person you meet, like, you meet one very outlandish
The
person.
tough one. Yeah.
Like, you just never really know, like, who's going to walk through the door, man. Like, and you can't ever, like, judge a book by its cover. But,
Well, like I
Same.
said, that was a couple days ago, and all of a sudden yesterday, I actually called you, Kain, and told you
yeah.
we had
I
a
remember this.
DoorDash come here, and I was like, okay, who's the food for? And she was like, well, it's actually brakes. And I was like, what?
What?
In Advanced Auto Parts, DoorDashed brakes. I didn't know you could do that.
Dude, my job's just getting DoorDash, and we're all kind of tight about it.
Wait, like, how? What? What are you going to DoorDash? Like, the sodas and shit?
Dude, like people can make orders on DoorDash, and then we have to go around the store and like grab it, and then
Yeah, you
some
know, like
dude
on
just
DoorDash,
picks
you
it
can order
up.
from like
Nah,
7-Eleven.
no chance, dude. Because every time I DoorDash, like, say, like, I DoorDash, like, a Mountain Dew or something from, like, 7-Eleven or whatever, like, it always says, like, oh, your DoorDasher is shopping now, or from, like, Dollar General, like, oh, they're shopping now. And the DoorDasher has to go in, wait in line, and then pay for it.
Nah.
Yeah,
I don't think
dude.
so.
Like, that's the way it seems to me. That's what they say.
Bro, I actually DoorDash for about a month on the side when I was working at Aldi's.
Yeah.
Really?
You just get the order, dude, and I would walk right into Burger King or something, just grab the bag and walk right out.
Oh, yeah, like, for those places, for sure. But, like, I mean, like,
Yeah.
from a grocery store. Like, if you're like,
yeah.
oh, let me cop, like, a 6-pack of Mountain Dew, a couple bags of Doritos, a couple DiGiorno's, like, have a little, you know.
You got having a
Yo,
game
what's,
night or
what's
something?
that Key and Peele skit where he's like, let me check the room? Oh, yeah, that's going to be stuffed crust.
Yeah, let me get
That is
3
a
pineapple
resounding yes.
pepperoni pizzas
What?
and cheesy crust.
Who's,
Kain says you read his mind.
and, what did you say her name was? Oh, she sounds beautiful.
Claire.
Claire? No, I don't think Claire would like that.
Claire shot. She dead.
Yeah, she did. Oh my God! Send help!
Well, Chinese it is.
But
My
anyways,
favorite
man.
line from. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. You're good, bro.
My favorite line from that entire skit is like, "Yeah, I hit that sexually."
Actually, bro. So I went to
Oh,
the
that
Titans
kills me.
game the other night. Like,
How was
it was
that,
actually
man?
as of today. It was last night. It was really cool. So I was just kind of sitting there, and we quite literally live like 0.3 of a mile from Nissan Stadium. So me and Haley, every time there's a game, we're like, "Oh, we should go." But my schedule usually never pans out like that. We can get there on time for the game to start. Well, last night's game, and again, it's just preseason. It was against the Bucks. It was like 11 o'clock, and I was like, "Oh, the Titans played tonight at 6," and I was off at 4:30. Hour drive home. I knew I could make it, and then we walked there, go to the whole game. I was like, "Babe, we should go to the game." Haley, let's look at tickets. And I start looking at tickets, and I'm like, "Oh man, nothing's like crazy popping out to me that I really want to buy."
Were they bad?
No, so I ended up getting really good tickets, and basically the story that leads up to it is I was literally looking around the whole stadium, like it was $20 for way up at the top, and I was like, man, I don't mind sitting there. It's just a football game, whatever. But I was like, there's got to be cheaper seats or like better seats for a good price.
Cheap.
So I started looking around, and instead of looking at like the list view of like what Ticketmaster thought was the best seats, I decided to go to like Stadium View. And I'm looking around, and I haven't noticed two front seats in the end zone, and there's only two of them. Like, and then there's like a couple in fifth, like the fifth row, the seventh, and then whatever, like just random seats, right? And I click on the two behind it, like fourth or fifth row, and they were like, I don't know, $30-$40. I was like, oh, those are killer. I wonder what these front rows are. It's only a couple rows up. I look, and they were $59 a piece, bro, for two front row tickets
That's crazy.
in the end zone.
End zone, dude.
End zone, front
What?
row. So I'm like, all right, yeah, bet. Went for it, bought them. Get there, and mind you, I hadn't eaten yesterday at all. Like we were pretty busy. I didn't have time to like go out and eat. And so we get to the game. What's the first thing we do? You go and find alcohol. And
Of course.
in Nissan Stadium, they have Old Smoky Distillery like sections, and what that is moonshine. So like
God.
I pull up to the one, and I'm like, oh man, they don't have like any Miller, or they only have Bud Light at this stand. I was like, let me get a Bud Light, and let me get like a jar of the blackberry lemonade or blueberry lemonade, whatever it was. And
Ooh.
we made it to our seat. It wasn't 5 minutes into the first quarter. I had the jar of moonshine gone. Drank my Bud Light by the end of the first quarter, and we kind of sit there. We wait for half to come by, and Haley had a couple, like 2 drinks as well, and she got like a vodka and pineapple. And we go back up at halftime, and I'm like, man, I really don't want to drink Bud Light, but it's all I can see. It's all I can find. I was like, let me get 2 Bud Lights. And at this point, like, I'm crammed. Like, the jar was like, I mean, it was bigger than this. I randomly have this jar of tea right here. Sorry.
Mason jar.
I randomly have this jar of tea here. But it was bigger than that, and I had nothing to eat. I was low-key buzzing. And I grabbed these 2 Bud Lights, and I pivot to walk out of line, and I'm walking. I get 5 feet, and I lock eyes with the Miller vendor, dude. I was so pissed. I was so mad. And we get back to our
that's
seats.
so tough.
Yeah, bro. We get back to our seats, and this whole time we've been sitting next to this family, husband, wife. They actually have a player that's on the Titans right now that was just drafted out of college. Number 76, he's right guard or right tackle is who he normally plays for. But, like, he was his coach in college, and it was the first time they were actually coming to see him play, like, and it might be the only opportunity because they don't know if he's going to make the team. So the whole time we're, like, anticipating him coming into the game, and then he finally came in. It was so cool to see, like, the guy's reaction to him coming into the game and just, like, how proud he was. Like, it wasn't even his kid. It was just, like, somebody he coached in a school near St. Louis, Missouri. Like,
sometimes, man, a coach could be, like, that close to a player, you know? It's just,
man,
dude.
It was wild. Like, we didn't even end up making it on TV. Front row end zone. So they only scored, only one touchdown was scored directly in front of us, and the Titans scored. Malik Willis threw a touchdown pass to the tight end.
Nice.
And I was actually just rewatching it on YouTube Live when the
Trying
Giants
to
game was
catch
going on.
yourself.
And I pause it like right at it, and it shows like the goalpost, but like it cuts off right after it, man. And we were quite literally 5
Right
seats to the
behind
right,
it.
and I was like, "Mother, like we almost made it TV, babe. We almost made the big time." And yeah, we didn't, but it was really cool experience. So I'd only been to one Titans game before that, and it was last year when they played the Chiefs when Derrick Henry threw a touchdown pass. That was super cool. But sat front row, man. Like if
That's
if you
so.
have the opportunity to do that in an NFL game, do it. It's so cool. It's wild.
I have been to one NFL game when I was literally like 12, and it was a Bills Jets game.
Wow.
And dude, this was back when like Geno Smith was the
Yeah, like
quarterback
the
for the
GOAT,
Jets, bro.
TJ,
Yeah,
we went to the
absolutely.
Bills Saints preseason game. Remember that?
TJ wasn't with us. No, that
I
was
was
that was
not. I
me,
was not
you.
there
That was me, you, Will, Haley, and Hamza.
Oh no, me and TJ went to a Syracuse, North Carolina game.
Yeah,
at the
that,
Carrier
that was
Dome,
basketball, right? Or was
Yeah,
that football?
and North
that,
Carolina smacked them.
Yeah, of course it did.
yeah, we ain't got to talk about it.
But
But
I
dude, speaking of going to games, man, my girlfriend just bought me for my birthday. She got me tickets to Nets Knicks game.
oh wow, holy shit!
Yeah, dude.
Is it in
And
Brooklyn or is it at MSG?
yeah, dude, it's in Brooklyn.
Oh wow,
And
yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just excited. I'm just excited for it. And
I'd be pretty stoked. I've never been to an NBA game, like shockingly.
dude, I've been to only one, and it was also a Nets game though at Barclays Center. And they played the Thunder back when like Westbrook and KD were on the Thunder.
Oh wow, so like you're talking
Yeah.
heyday, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, I got down to the court and high five KD. It was
That's
sick.
sick, bro.
Was that also the time where like Darren Williams was the point guard for the Nets, or was that?
Yeah, dude, we had Brooke Lopez, Joe Johnson, bro.
Damn.
Joe J.
We had Andre
Throwback.
Blatch, bro. Yeah, no.
Throwback, man. Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
been to an NBA game, man. I've been, oddly enough, haven't been to an NHL game, and the Predators play right over here too. But I've been to
Just
MLB
telling
and
Kane
NFL.
today that me and him got to go to like a Raptors next game or something like that. We
You
got
guys
to.
should come down, and we should all go to a Grizzlies game, bro. Because it's only like
dude, I'd
3
be
hours,
down.
so it's not anything that we can't drive out and go do. That's the
Plus,
one thing I
I'm a
hate,
big
bro.
Ja fan.
Yeah, dude, he's probably
Yeah,
one
I'd
of my
be
favorite
down for
players
that.
right now.
Oh,
Low-key.
for sure.
Yeah.
He's exciting to watch, man.
That's one of the things like Nashville really needs. Like they have the Nashville Sounds, which is the AAA affiliate of the Brewers. Like again, right over here. They need a Major League Baseball team like in Tennessee, man. Like I don't want to drive 3 hours to Atlanta and then 5 hours back because of parking at the stadium, or drive to St. Louis. That's 4.5 hours away. Like I don't want to do that, man.
Yeah, that's a long way.
Like you're talking out of state at that point. Like at least the Grizzlies, I can say I'm still in Tennessee and like go and watch a game, but I don't want to. I really want to go to Atlanta and see a game there, but the odds the Red Sox play there are slim. So like I wouldn't. It would just be to go to the stadium to watch the Braves play some random team. But I did go to St. Louis last summer and watch. I watched the Cardinals play the Padres, which was really cool because this was at the time where it might be Albert's last year before he came to the Cardinals, so we wanted to at least see the stadium. And then obviously you had Tatis, Machado. We actually went and saw Jake Arrieta. Was it Jake Arrieta? I think it was Jake Arrieta pitched that game for the Padres. He was out by the end of the first inning. He allowed 4 runs, and he was DFA'd the next day. Like, it was the last time he's pitched in the MLB.
Dude, speaking of Albert, he's almost at the 700 home run club, bro.
You think he hits it, man? I think he needs 9 or 10. I think he hits it.
Ooh, I
He's
think so.
got, because
I
he's
think
got
he's got it, dude.
through the
He's-
end of September. So he's got
He's
about
cooking
6
right now.
weeks. Yeah, he's got about
I,
6 weeks.
I think he could do it.
I think 10's just really tough, man.
Yeah.
I feel
mean,
like
10's
if he gets to like 2 left, and it's like the last 2 games, pitchers are just gonna be like
bobbing it,
throwing
yeah.
meatballs out. Like,
Meatball. He's gonna smoke him.
Yeah,
you know?
trying to smoke the ball. He should. I know why they put him in the home run derby, but he should have never been in the home run derby this year, man.
No, dude.
I don't think that was the right move. But speaking of like oldies and greats, and not that we're talking about football, but I'm transitioning to football, man.
Cool.
How
Cool.
long ago? It was about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. We did those quarterback rankings. We had like 6 people in the Discord,
Yeah.
and we were all chilling, talking about quarterbacks. And kind of how we did it was we did 1 through 33 because at the time they didn't know if Deshaun was playing or not, or what his suspension was going to be, and who the starter was going to be. So we did 1 through 33 for the starters, and then I think we had 8 or 9 non-starters that were for some reason on this tier list, so we ranked them as well. And I kind of want to go through that because obviously things got a little bit heated. Travis, you are staring into nothingness right now, buddy. You were zoning out, bro.
Yeah, I had Lindsay doing some weird shit.
Oh, hey, yo.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, hey.
Hey, yo.
Oh, she was like making.
Whoa, did you guys
faces
see
and
that
stuff.
floating guitar, bro? But, yeah, man. So I want to go over this because it got a little bit heated. Like, most of them were just kind of like regular, like chill. But it got a little heated towards the end. So I want to go through this. So in the non-starters, so the bottom 8, we had Mason Rudolph last, Cam Newton. Then we had Gardner Minshew. Couldn't tell you who this kid is. That's Tyrod Taylor. Sam Darnold, Teddy Bridgewater, Jimmy G were our non-starters. So Jimmy G was kind of the best non-starter that we had. I think Teddy and him could swap, but that was a good discussion on those. But then dead last we have Drew Lock. I think that's a given.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett, Mari Goda
Yeah.
for the Falcons. I still think he should be higher. Justin Fields. I feel like Justin Fields is so good, man. He just doesn't have
I feel
anybody
like
there.
he has
And
no
didn't they just lose
line
Allen
and
Robinson too?
yeah.
He's
that
on the
I don't
Rams
know.
now, I
He
think.
just went to the Rams.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
He has
wow.
no one.
Yeah,
No
and
one.
he has no help. But I feel like Justin Fields is definitely good. He just it's I honestly fuck the
Yeah.
Bears though.
Yeah, for sure. Which led us to putting Daniel Jones above those 4. I mean, even though I don't think he's as inconsistent as people think. They actually had today, Travis sent me a picture and I screenshot it. I'm going to look at it real quick.
I think I sent
In
it
their
to
first 38 games, this is a comparison from Daniel Jones to Josh Allen. Daniel Jones, 12-25 record. So 12 wins, 25 losses. So 1 for 2 essentially. Josh Allen, 23-15. So, I mean, that's not terrible. That's pretty good, 23-15 as opposed to 12-25.
That's
Completion percentage. Daniel Jones has a higher completion percentage at 63. Josh Allen has 60. Even though 3% isn't a lot, in 3 games you're throwing 30 passes. That's 3 extra passes you're completing. That's more chances to win, in my opinion. Passing and rushing yards per game. So this is what they accumulate each over average of their 38 games. Josh Allen, 249. Daniel Jones, 247. 2-yard difference between them. Passing touchdowns to interception ratio. Josh Allen, 51 to 28 interceptions. Daniel Jones, 45 to 29. So 6 less touchdowns and only 1 more interception. So I wouldn't say he's as inconsistent as a lot of people think. But it's so. I think it's more on the Giants.
Giants have a tough team. Yeah, it's not looking good over there.
It's the whole Giants organization is so inconsistent. And Travis, like, you're a Giants fan, so you can attest to that. But it's just it's like they don't care. They try so hard to get better, and they just don't care to. Like I feel like they make moves to do the right thing, and then once they get to that point where it's the last step to get there, they're like, we've tried so hard. Why try any harder? We're good.
Scrap it.
Yeah, man.
Well, and like what I told you earlier, Kain, is, obviously when you win a lot, it's on the quarterback, and when you lose a lot, it's on the quarterback.
Yeah.
But overall, Josh Allen has had such a better team overall than what Daniel Jones had, and I've always said that I think Jones is a good quarterback.
So let me ask you this: do you think if you take Daniel Jones, and Josh Allen, and let's say swap positions first? Do you think swap positions, same outcome for each quarterback, or they swap outcomes for each quarterback, or what do you think?
That's a tough debate there.
That is tough because I do believe Josh Allen is you know,
He's a top
substantially
5
better
quarterback.
than
Yeah,
Daniel
there's no
Jones?
doubt. But do you think he goes to the Giants and performs as well as he has? Not necessarily. Let's
No.
take out them going to the playoffs.
I won't say as
Does he
well,
get
but he definitely.
considerably normal stats that he has right now in Buffalo?
I think he performs well, but not. He doesn't. He wouldn't have the weapons he does in Buffalo. So
Yeah.
like,
Man,
nah.
I don't know if he would perform well. I mean,
Okay, so let's say we take Daniel Jones and we put him on, say, let's say the Cowboys or even the Bills, like a team that has a stout O line, good receiving core with a solid defense.
I think he does better. I mean, obviously he's going to throw some picks. You know, he's not the best quarterback in the league.
No, that's just his decision making is what's coming in.
Why'd you say Dallas? Because I don't think Daniel Jones would do better than Dak.
No. I don't mean. I was trying to come up with a team like I was going to say the Packers. I basically just meant like him going to a team that's not the Bills and like say Josh Allen going to that same team.
Oh,
Who would you
gotcha.
say like okay who performs better? Obviously we'd all say Josh Allen, but do we think it would be close? Because I mean all those stats say that it would be close.
I mean, I was gonna say based on the graphic, yeah, it would be.
Yeah, like I think it would be remarkably closer than what people think. Funny how when he comes in and doesn't have his camera on, it shows him like differently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It's
Yo, gotcha now.
yo, gotcha. Hear you.
All right.
My Wi-Fi
Wow.
is disconnected, so I'm on my cell phone.
Gotcha. Okay, no worries. Well, what we were talking about was if we took Daniel Jones and say put him, let's say we put him on the Packers and we took Josh Allen and put him on the Packers. Do you think it's
Josh
considerably
Allen does
normal
better.
numbers? I think Josh Allen will still perform better, but based off of the statistics, they should have comparable numbers if you
Yes.
put them on the same team.
I just think Daniel Jones is just not as good. I
I
don't
just
know.
don't think
I mean,
he's obviously not as good. I'm just saying when it comes down to winning games, I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be able to win games. Like if you put him in an
No,
AFC
but
championship, he's not going to win
no,
that game.
no,
I
he's
do
not.
think that he's better than most people give him credit for, and I've said that. I mean, obviously, you both know I'm a diehard Giants fan. I don't really shut up about him. So you guys know where
Never,
I stand with Daniel Jones.
never.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
with everyone saying, you know, he's going to be fired and he shouldn't be our starting quarterback, I think he's good enough to be it.
I mean, yeah, I think he's a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, he definitely. Yeah.
He's definitely bottom tier.
Yeah.
Right.
So after Daniel Jones, we had Mitchell Trubisky, which he hasn't played in a year, so we don't really know what he's going to be able to do or how he's going to do with the Steelers. Which, I mean, in preseason he hasn't looked terrible, but I don't think he's looked great being a Steelers fan. After him, we have Trey Lance. Again, no idea what he's going to do. We don't know how he's going to play. What's going on?
He will finish higher.
Yeah,
at the end of
he's
the
definitely going to
season.
finish like I think he'll probably by the end of the year be 16 to 20th.
I am
Okay.
trying to get back on my computer, just so you guys know.
All right, perfect. And then we have Zach Wilson as the bottom gatekeeper, if you will. He is the gentleman that is going to be pulling them, like
Milfs.
reining them in. I guess like he's the one that's going to decide who goes on and goes forth.
I think he's gonna have a low key year.
I think they're going to have a better year than he had last year. It's not hard to
I
beat that
agree.
number. But
No.
25th we had Trevor Lawrence. 24th we had Davis Mills. Is that his name? The Texans quarterback?
I think so. Yeah.
Davis
that sounds
Mills,
right.
I think that's his name. Carson Wentz, just because he's injury prone. Jared Goff, I think he can be higher. He just, when he was on the Rams, he had
Tough
players. He
team.
doesn't have players now.
Yeah, he's on a.
Yeah. And Matt Ryan at 21st, he's old, man. He can't move. I don't think he can throw the ball as well. I feel like he's not performing up to what he can.
I feel like he can be okay though, like a solid game manager.
For
You know
sure,
what I mean?
yeah. Like
Like-
he can work the clock, and that's really what it's going to come down to with the Colts. Is
Exactly.
how much can he control the game?
He makes the right plays.
Yeah. And then after Matt Ryan, we had Jalen Hurts. After Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. Again, that's 19th. Jameis at 18th.
I still think Jalen and Baker is questionable.
like low or high.
No, just them, but them individually. I think them as a debate next to each other like that.
Oh, I agree. I
Like,
think either of those can flop. I think Jameis and Tua and Mac, they can all swap as well.
yeah, I feel like it's kind of interchangeable, but it's more. mm, It depends on what you're looking for.
Back, boys.
Oh yeah, I can turn you back
Welcome,
up now.
welcome.
Hold up.
Yeah, you were mad loud on your phone.
Yeah, I got you now. You should be good.
I don't know what
Uh,
that was.
yeah. So I think Jameis, Tua, and Mac Jones can all be rotated, and that's 16th through 20th tier. And now from the 6 to 10 and the 11 to 15, I think all these players can rotate in a lot of different ways. But 15th, we have Ryan Tannehill, Kirk Cousins in 14th, a guy that just can't seem to find wins when he needs them. Derek Carr in 13th, who I think we've talked about this before. If Derek Carr doesn't tear his ACL or whatever, he breaks his leg that year, he wins MVP.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was, dude.
he's a top
He
15
was
quarterback.
he was popping off that season, man. It was tough
Yeah.
to see him go down.
Yeah, like he's a top 15 quarterback. I think he could very well go down in the 16 to 20 category. But I mean, he consistently makes the Raiders competitive when you never think they're gonna be.
Yeah, now he's got Devontae. So
Yeah. After Derek, we have Dak Prescott, and then after Dak, we have Russell Wilson at 11th. At the start of the
Okay.
top 10, we have Deshaun Watson. Hasn't played in 2 years, but all his 4 years were competitive. Only 1 year was below a 100 passer rating, and yeah, so we have him at 10th. He's suspended 11 games. I think that's going to drastically impact the Browns in his career as well. Him only
Yeah.
playing 6 games this year, even if they start him those 6 games, if they want to ruin that type of chemistry that the team
Who's-
has built by then.
Who's starting for Cleveland?
It's
Well-
not-
Jacoby, isn't it?
is it Jacoby?
I think so. Yeah, right?
I think so. I think it's Jacoby Brissett.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then after Deshaun, we had Kyler. Again, these top 10 through 6, I think, can all be interchanged. You have Kyler, then you have
Yeah.
Matt Stafford, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow. I think there's an argument for all of those guys to be interchanged. I think Kyler can drop out of the top 10. I think Russell or Dak or even Derek Carr can all move into the top 10.
in. Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
I personally think Lamar can move up a little bit. I think
he's 5th or 6th. So, sorry, 7th. He can move up to
Lamar's
6th, but I don't
could
think he's top
definitely-
5.
I don't think he's top 5 either.
I
I
think
just
6th,
don't
7th
think-
is perfect for him.
Yeah, I think I would go 6 personally. I don't know, dude. Burrow had a nice run, you know? But Lamar's already won MVP, so
But I
I'm putting him
We
above
talked
Burrow
about that too
personally.
I
before.
could
Joe
put Lamar
Burrow, man,
5th.
like even though he led the Bengals to the Super Bowl last year, they
They
had
weren't
eight
dominant.
games were decided by less than 7 points, and like 5 of those were decided by 3 points. So I
Yeah,
mean,
and it wasn't like they were dominating their games.
no,
You know what I mean? Like
by no means.
they could have had a terrible season off of one pick or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Like they destroyed their division. Don't get me wrong. Like they beat
Yeah.
the Steelers by 20 both times. They beat the Ravens by I think 20 both times. But all their other wins last year were by 3 to 7 points or 3 to 5 points.
Wow, that just makes me debate my Lamar Burrow.
Yeah, like
conversation.
I would go as far as to say is Lamar Jackson's better than Joe Burrow as of right now. It all
Yeah.
really depends on what's going on this year. That's why I think Joe Burrow kind of edges him out at the end of the year this year. Breaking
Yeah,
into the top
probably.
5, Justin Herbert. The reason why he is a top 5 quarterback right now, only going into I think his 2nd or 3rd year, is he is one of the youngest quarterbacks ever to have a 5,000-yard season. There's only been 14 5,000-yard seasons by a quarterback. 7 of those seasons are held by Tom Brady or Drew Brees. One's held by Peyton Manning and one's held by Eli Manning.
That's
Oh, and another
know,
one's
but I
Dan
think-
Marino as well.
those are like the top name of quarterbacks. It's
I would
crazy.
say he's a top 5 quarterback just off of that stat alone.
I feel like 5 is perfect right now.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
he
I don't
could
think he
flip
moves
up.
higher. Yeah, he's definitely 5th to 6th. But I mean, a 5,000-yard season is not easy to come by.
No.
And then this is kind of where we got into the argument, is Josh Allen and Tom Brady. I put Josh Allen fourth and Tom Brady third. Now, this is what we all kind of agreed on. Aaron Rodgers second, and then Patty Mahomes first. Reason why Aaron Rodgers is second is because we don't think he's going to three-peat as MVP. It's super unlikely, so odds are he's going to have a worse season than he did last year. You would like to think different.
He could.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think it happens. But
No way without Devontae.
no.
Yeah, probably not. But
So the argument came at the Josh Allen, Tom Brady. So really where it kind of went off the rails is the way we were doing all these rankings was not necessarily statistics off of last year. It's where we think they're going to be this year. But that also comes at the cost of you have to look at what they've done and why we think they're going to do better this year and what their team is. So I said Tom Brady's a better quarterback because he wins big games, and Josh Allen has not won a big game.
he just can't seem to. I
It
don't know.
went off the rails at that point because
Yeah.
Slate's, not to name drop, but he basically said that that's bringing up the past and that it's a stupid argument because he did everything he could to win that game. Which,
That entire conversation had some extremely rough takes that I bit my tongue on.
100%. Yeah. What was one of them?
Oh God, I don't even know, dude.
I think it was the fact of just kind of like talking in circles a little bit. Like at
Yeah.
first,
Yeah,
first it was not talking about the past, but then also he's bringing up like trying to figure out certain games and stuff like that
Yeah,
while
for
not
sure.
bringing up the past. And
Yeah, and I
That's
think that's what it came down to was we were talking about, oh, well, Josh Allen did all he could in that game other than suit up on defense, and I disagree because he's had more passing yards, he's had more passing touchdowns in a single game than he did in that game. Granted, he had a hell of a game, and I don't think it was his fault. I'm just saying he could have done more to win the game. He left 13 seconds on the clock. Basically, what I was trying to get to is that if that's Tom Brady, there's not 13 seconds left on the clock.
let's be honest though, leaving only 13 seconds and your defense selling you like that is
I agree. I 100%
brutal.
agree. But who makes that call? Like, do you think he made the call of, oh, man, I got to trust my defense. There's 13 seconds on the clock. Or was he just like, oh,
Could've been the
fuck, I got to
coach.
trust my defense?
Couldn't have just been Josh Allen.
No, I agree. But do you think he sat back and was like, fuck, I got to trust my defense for 13 seconds?
well, and I think
I-
that right there is where the difference lies because if that was Tom Brady, I don't care who the coach is. That's Tom Brady's call.
He's making that
yeah.
call. Yeah.
And I think that's the difference is, like, in
And
an
that's my-
AFC championship game, I'd rather have Tom Brady. In an NFC championship
Yeah.
game, I'd rather have Tom Brady than Josh Allen. Just because, like, he's a proven winner. It does not matter, like, what situation. He's going 2 minutes
just
on the
flat
clock in
out
the fourth
wins
quarter. I'm
football
taking Tom
games.
Brady every time.
Yeah, he just wins
Every
football.
single time.
Every single time.
Yeah.
And I don't even fucking like Brady. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
it's just-
I don't want to have Tom Brady on my team. Like, I don't want to have to root for him.
Yeah,
but
no, like I've never used Tom Brady in Madden.
yeah,
Aaron
not
Rodgers
once.
is
I've
better.
never been like, oh, he's a free agent. I got to sign him. Like, no.
Yeah,
I'll have a 68
No.
overall quarterback before I have Tom Brady on my team in Madden.
100%.
There's no doubt.
fossil.
Fossil. Guys, honestly, I mean, we're right at the hour mark. I think we've had pretty good discussions tonight.
I think so.
I think other than the technical difficulties we've had tonight, this is probably a really solid first episode, and I think people are really going to enjoy it, guys.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Well, everybody, that's going to wrap up the TKT
GG.
podcast, the 2 Kill Time podcast. Again, if y'all enjoyed this episode, please feel free to leave a review on
Let
Apple
us know.
Podcasts or Spotify, or leave a like, subscribe, comment on YouTube. What you
Yeah,
guys
no.
want us to talk about, what you guys think of the podcast, what could we do better?
Give
Also,
us ideas.
again, this podcast is on all your major platforms. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. You can watch this whole thing back. You can watch the technical difficulties. You can watch all our actual reactions other than just hearing them on YouTube. You can listen just on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And once again, I'm going to ask you guys, could you please just leave a review? 5 stars is what we ask because we think we provide a 5-star quality service for you.
We try to.
But anyways, guys, thank you for listening to the 2K Time podcast. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day.
Peace.